Welcome to the Pauper Gauntlet, brought to you by MTGO Tickets. Please click the link in the show notes and check out their store, cause it's pretty good, and they are sponsoring this. So it's round 2, it's the double elimination round. I wanted all the decks to get through, and realistically 22 decks made round 2, so 7 or 8 decks should lose. But BorosKitty initiated, the champion from season 1, must not lose. Magic Goomba is the opponent. BorosKitty initiated. Keep playing as normal BorosKitty until we draw rights. We want to play first. We are going to keep this. It looks very much like a classical BorosKitty hand. And it's really doesn't have a lot of stuff. We will kill a Delver until it is dead and weeping on the ground. Duress! Didn't we play Mono Black Control in the first round? What did we lose to? We played Slivers. Well, Mono Black is an intensive matchup, but not a super hard one. If we can get the grind going. But there is no grind here. And we definitely need to journey anything we can to reduce the devotion count, but it is not okay. Also, then I'm thinking Pestilence. This is why I don't like Bone Splitter in most decks, because it is such a horrible top deck when you just need to draw some action. I think it's Pestilence, but it's Liliana Spectre. So I'm gonna have to discard a land here, I think. And I am gonna use the journey, so I can empty my hand to Crypt Rats. Or Shitting Rats, I mean. The problem then is that my hand is indeed empty. So why white? I could see Liliana's Spectre in a mono black control deck. So what do you need white for? Why are you playing white? Sacrifice a land or sacrifice the Bone Splitter. I think it has to be a land, right? Threatening 5 damage. Of course, Bone Splitter makes Kuldotha Rebirth, another card I'm pretty skeptical till in BorosKitty. Makes Kuldotha Rebirth a lot better. Now I still have Metalcraft. And here's Gurmagangler. But yeah, my Galvanic Blast will deal with him. But I don't even need to use it. Go away, foul Gurmagangler. And now things are looking better. He still has 3 cards though. Could easily be like Pestilence or Crypt Rats. So I now think he is a mono black deck splashing white for something. He's definitely going hard at my graveyard, but I don't care. Goal Racer. Yeah, I probably have to bolt him. Or do I? It's the more controlish route to trade a goblin for him. And save this bolt for something that really matters. So I will do that. Glinthawk. Attack. He does the trade. And I bounce the Prism. Yes. 4 cards. That's a shame. And now I have to get rid of the prism, I think. Yeah, of course it's the prism. Stink with him, look at that. Bolting the Spectre. Equipping a Goblin. And now I feel he has to make the trade. But no, I'm gonna leave my extra Goblin at home. But I am all out of resources, but as is he. And now he found the Shiny Shield. Uh-oh! Second goal racer. Chris Weaver, if you remember him, he was one of our best video makers ever. He made an extensive series on Mono Black Control videos experimenting with Gold Racer, and he was so disappointed in the card. But now it looks pretty good, as I don't have anything going here. Still trading a Goblin for something is super sweet here. And that is what we're doing. He has the 7 mana, so the Shanish Edicts are pretty good. Do we have any anti-graveyard stuff? No, we don't. We have Electricity, Core Sanctifiers, Lone Missioners, Oblivion Rings. Oh, he didn't go for the Stinkweed Imp. Prismatic Strands, Pyroblast and Standard Bearers. Nothing looks very good in the sideboard. Here is the Gurmag Angler to end our life. I am looking at... the Oblivion Ring. And make sure you kill the witches. I'm looking at the MBC sideboard plan. If I see Pestilence... But now I am in a pretty bad spot. Why didn't I equip this Goblin? That's a very good question. I often miss re-equipping the Bone Splitter. He should just flashback a Shanish Edict here, right? Which is what he does. And then he does 9 damage to me. That's rough. Skyfisher. For Prism. Garrison for Crossroads. And equip the Bone Splitter. So now we can only attack with the Gurmag. We can just flashback another Shanish Edict. And then I am in a pretty tight spot here. Leaving me dead. Yep. Okay, Oblivion Ring is not as good as it usually is against Mono Black Control because we don't... he can board in enchantment removal. So I'm not gonna board it, and I'm gonna run as is. I don't see Pestilence, I didn't see any witches. Don't overextend into sweepers. You can kill him in the air pretty easily with a few creatures and rights. But now I have to do it twice. I'm standing up, people. We're looking at the inaugural champion deck of the Pauper Gauntlet getting eliminated in the second round. I doubt more than 7 or 8 decks will be eliminated in this round. But BorosKitty should not be one of them. I think maybe it is a risk to put the sort of initiation package in the deck. You do dilute the BorosKitty core. Squadron Hawks, Bone Splitters, Riots, so that they all make the deck less grindy and less resilient. But here we are, and this is what we have, and we have to keep this, because this deck does not mulligan particularly well. Let's just hope he didn't have the land destruction sideboard plan for some weird reason. But we are going to be able to bounce. Of course, getting the Squadron Hawk here is... well, it's not paramount because he doesn't play control. But we don't want to get it discarded. That can't really happen, can it? Or it could happen to a Spectre. So what's the turn 3 play here? I think it is Prism and Kabir Crossroads. But he will discard Battle Screech. So resolving Battle Screech seems pretty important. But we have a Battle Screech on turn 4 if we play the Crossroads. We don't have a way to flash it back though. Unless we play the Squadron Hawk now. But the Squadron Hawk now, for just one Hawk. But then we can flash it back. So I think that is what we're going for. So Squadron Hawk fetching only one Hawk. Why didn't I get the Hawk there? What the hell? I clicked one Hawk and said okay. Sucks. Version 4, people. Night Terrors. Exile one card. Okay, there goes the Battle Screech plan. I think taking anything else but Battle Screech would be a horrible mistake here on his part. And he does take Battle Screech. And I might lose because of the interface here. Okay, let's just grind the value then. Not gonna burn the Prism. We're going to play it. We're going to play Hawk. Grind the value. Grind it. Grind it good. Play this mountain. Do not do the rebirth. Oh no, we can't do the rebirth. But not getting the Squadron Hawks here could mean the game. God, Pestilence of Cryptras just kills us dead here. Okay, so we are gonna be able to draw 2 cards here. Prism. Get Glinthawk down. Returning that thing. And replaying it. And then we have some value and some more vulnerability to a sweeper. I would almost board out Signing Blood against BorosKitty because BorosKitty is so violent. What does it take now? The Wellspring? I can still resolve both the rebirths. But that's too much all in. And he could easily have a sweeper. Maybe he's taking 1 rebirth. He took a rebirth. Yes. So we get to do all the fun stuff this turn. Get to return the Crossroads. So Wellspring. Okay, should have played that before attacks. Wow. Of course, with this card in your deck, you have to do it before attacks every turn. So now if he wipes my board this turn, I'm gonna be most disappointed. Let's return a land. And we have 5 cards in our hand. So this is the win. But if he sweeps me now, I have nothing. And he has the mana. He has the mana for Pestilence. He has the mana for Crypt Rats. And I don't have a recovery here. But that Change Edict, and that of course doesn't do a whole lot. So let's go to town. I'm gonna throw away everything but the journey. And I have to do it now because otherwise I only do 7. Oh, the discard is at random, so let's do them all. That should get him worried. Okay. We just have to do that one final time. And we have saved my beloved BorosKitty. Shout out to the brewer. Galactic President. And go! We now have all the time in the world, right? This cannot go to time. So be careful, no misclicks, no sloppy play. Play all the spells before attacking. I don't think that was in the description, but maybe it was. Oh no, this is a crap hand and I'm gonna mulligan it. And we're looking at death here. We have 2 chances to draw lands out of 21 cards. That's that doesn't work. We have to mulligan this. And we're gonna keep this awful hand. Bottom the bolt. And this is almost impossible to recover from. I'm playing the Ancient Dance first because I want to enable Galvanic Blast. But Rights is a pretty dead card here. Nothing. That's kind of weird. Do I rebirth here? I think I'm gonna rebirth an Ancient Den. Because there is just nothing going on. How much damage can I do now? I can do 15. So I'm gonna build up this rights. Wow. That's the kill next turn, and I'm going to go for it. If he has a sweeper, I'm dead anyway. Yeah, so I am rebirthing this Ancient Den. And then I'm gonna Rights next turn for 30 damage. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I'm happy to 1-for-1 trade here. Still 20 damage. Now it's less. Discarding the planes. Wow! 5 plus 3. It is 20 damage. Rebirthing the Ancient Den. Again. Okay, let's think about this. I'm really giving away the fact that I have rights. But if I rebirth the Ancient Den, I have 8 of these guys. And he's gonna play a real blocker, so I think that's wrong. I think I'm gonna go for 4, and then this is 16 damage if he doesn't block. And if he for some reason decides not to block here, then... Okay, now... What is the key here? The Galvanic Blast will just be for 2. It will be 7 goblins with 2 extra. That's 21 damage. Or 4 goblins with 4 extra. That's 20 damage. And I think there is a non-rights win, but it's so all in to go for the rebirth win here. God, I don't know. I am going to go for it. Whoa! All these goblins. Okay, rights is gone. But then this was the right play. Oh, he doesn't take rights? It's a Gurmagangler. But now rights does 12 damage and I win the game next time. So I think I'm gonna rights. But I could just rights next turn. But then he could have 2 blockers. I'm gonna get in 12. And just 1 goblin is going to die. If I wait a turn, he will have 2 blockers. Maybe he can kill 1. Leaving me with 4 goblins. Or 5. No, I'm gonna do it now. I think it's good enough. Rites of Initiation. So now he has to produce 3 blockers, 4 blockers, no 3 blockers. Or... yeah, 3 more blockers or removal spells. There's 1 removal spell. Still have lethal. This is kind of weird. So all in. BorosKitty initiated! And that could not have been done without Rites of Initiation, I'll tell you that much. So maybe you're right, Galactic President. Maybe you're alright. This felt fairly epic. Thank you for watching. My heart is pounding. Whoa! Well, BorosKitty initiated. See you in round 3 of the Pauper Gauntlet.